Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint Germain family. We obviously have the upcoming Stuttgart game in the UEFA Champions League. And I've seen a lot of people on Twitter say, oh, this is my lineup for Stuttgart. And I was like, let me build my lineup, obviously, with a lot of realistically how Paris Saint Germain are going to line up versus Stuttgart on Wednesday. Let's go position by position for the goalkeeping spot. We obviously have Donnarumma and Safanov, who started, I believe, 2 UCL games, the Girona game and the Bayern München game. But Donnarumma has dropped 3 good to great performances, and he's always been the #1 keeper, so there's no question about it. Donnarumma as the keeper. Jumping into the defense, let's start with the right back position, and I mean, there's no competition. It's obviously Achraf Hakimi. When it comes to the left back position, obviously Nuno Mendes is suspended this game due to an accumulation of yellow cards, but this is a good thing. Actually, this means we don't have to worry about it in the knockout stages, but that means one of the center backs has to fill in, because we obviously don't have a backup left back, as we don't have a backup right back. In the 4 options is Pacho, Beraldo, Marquinhos, and Lucas Hernandez. Obviously, Pacho and Marquinhos started 2 center back spots, so it's only between Beraldo and Lucas Hernandez for the left back spot. And I mean, I don't think you can really go wrong between the two. Lucas Hernandez, very experienced top player. Just he's recently coming back from his recent ACL, so he's not 100%. Beraldo, young, promising, very good on the ball, but still has some question marks around his game. I'm sticking with Lucas Hernandez. He's experienced, and I see Luis Enrique starting Lucas Hernandez in this game. Going into the midfield, it would have been really interesting seeing Desiree Doué in the midfield. He had a spectacular man of the match performance in the recent game versus Stade Rennes, but because Kvicha Kvaratskhelia is obviously cannot be picked for this game, Desiree Doué will have to play up in attack. Obviously, Vitinha and Neves get the 2 starting midfield positions, and then it's one midfield spot that Warren Zaire-Emery, Fabian Ruiz, and Tanguy Lee will be battling out for. And I mean, you can make some good arguments for all 3. The one I would pick is Tanguy Lee. I would try Tanguy Lee, especially because we have that base of Vitinha and Neves. It won't be like the recent game with Doué, Fabian, a very offensive midfield. But obviously, the one I see Luis Enrique going with is Warren Zaire-Emery. In the attack, I mean, it's the easiest to predict. Ousmane Dembélé has to be there, Bradley Barcola has to be there, and Desiree Doué has to be there. Gonçalo Ramos, I don't think there's any shouts about him starting this game. The only thing I could see Gonçalo start is if potentially maybe Neves starts as the left back, and then you have a Warren, Vitinha, Doué midfield. So if Doué starts in midfield, I could see Ramos start up top. But if Doué doesn't start in the midfield, he's obviously going to be part of the attack with Dembélé and Barcola. And here we have the lineup: Gianluigi Donnarumma in goal, Marquinhos, Pacho, Beraldo, Hakimi defense, Vitinha, Warren, Zaire-Emery, João Neves in the midfield, Barcola, Desiree Doué, and Ousmane Dembélé up top. It could still be Dembélé false 9, Doué right wing. It doesn't really matter because of the fluidity of the Paris Saint Germain attack. But this is the most realistic lineup that I could see being played versus Stuttgart this Wednesday. If I could change it, I would put Tanguy Lee instead of Warren Zaire-Emery. That's the only change I would do for this game. Obviously, I would love to have Kvicha Kvaratskhelia for this game, but we'll have to wait for Kvicha Kvaratskelia's Paris Saint Germain Champions League debut. That's been it from your boy PSG. Let me know if you have any changements to this lineup versus Stuttgart. And as usual, allez, Paris.